Welcome back to Flip That Script. I'm Holly,
And I'm Dana.
and we've reached the end of our Halloween descent today. The eve before the veil lifts, the night before the night. And if you've been walking with us through the dark, you can feel it. The air's thicker now, electric, hungry. This is the hour of confession, where desire meets danger, where fear becomes fascination, where the shadows stop chasing and start calling you by name. Because some monsters don't want to kill you, they want to kiss you. They want you to look at what you crave, what you repress, what you haunt, and what still howls inside of you. Tonight, we're not running from the dark, we're dining with it. Dracula will pour the wine, the witch will stir the truth, the ghosts will whisper what you've refused to grieve, the slasher will test your boundaries, and under the silver eye of the moon, the werewolf will rise to remind you you are never meant to be tame. Because Halloween isn't just about fear, it's about integration. It's the moment we stop pretending to be light and remember that even stars are born from darkness. So take a breath, step over the threshold. The house is alive tonight, and every monster inside is waiting to meet you. Welcome to Monsters in the Mind, Episode 4, The Kiss of Shadows. So,
So,
often, yeah, people think of horror stories are about death, but they're really about hunger.
a lot of them, yeah. They're about our wants,
Mhm.
our secret desires, like Dracula or vampires, more about seduction.
Right, right. No creature holds that mirror quite like the vampire. You know,
No, no.
Dracula is not simply the count in his castle. He's the very part of us that refuses to die. The craving, the compulsion, the exquisite ache to whisper more.
Yeah,
It's
he's the
just that,
personification of temptation,
yes,
but
the
with manners.
archetype. Right,
He's
with
always
manners,
so, depending on which
gentlemanly.
vampire you're talking about, though.
Right, right.
We're not talking about the sparkly kind.
Right. I mean, but he's the archetype for immortality, right? And addiction kind of braided together. The
Hmm.
desire to outlive mortality.
Yeah, he's like that bad habit, one that flatters your ego, though, while draining your
Yeah.
soul.
Yeah. Yep.
I like
So,
my favorite vampire was from like singular vampire was from Fright Night because
oh
he,
yeah.
I don't know, there was something about that vampire. Yeah, he was just smooth. Like, how are you going to get me? That whole
Yeah.
apple scene where he just like, he knows the kid's watching him. Kid thinks
Yeah.
he's being sneaky and he's just, and then the apple just goes right to him. I don't know.
I know. I love that part. I do love that part. Now, see, my absolute favorite vampires, I cannot pick between the three. And this is where Anne Rice enters the room, the queen of Gothic confessions, the woman who took the vampire out of Transylvania, right? And
Yes,
inside the
yes.
human psyche. I mean, she didn't just give us a monster, she gave us mirrors that whispered, I ache like you do. So, I mean, and New Orleans wasn't just the scenery, it was the sensual theology, the scent of decay and jasmine and candlelight, of sin and redemption, just all mingled together. And if we think about Lestat, Lewis, and Claudia,
Mm-hmm.
Claudia, the kid that can never ever grow
That
up,
can never,
right?
yeah.
She can never grow up. I mean, those are three names whispered like a spell in themselves. Lestat, because his ego always is so big, right? He's gold, he's arrogant, the grain that knows it. And the grin that knows it, the grain, oh my goodness, the grin that knows it. Like he's beautiful. And he
Hmm.
refuses to apologize for his hunger. I mean, he doesn't care and he makes it a game. And I think he's like the part of us that refuses to wait for permission, who just takes the narcissist, right? I am that which will not be caged.
Yeah,
He
he
doesn't
doesn't hide it.
ask. No, not at all.
He
Like, may I
romanticizes
feed?
it.
He doesn't say that. He's like, watch me feast.
Right.
And, you know, in hypnotherapy, we meet Lestat whenever a client begins to remember their power. That first moment of defiance when someone who's been quiet for too long suddenly says, I deserve this. I deserve pleasure, rest, joy, money, love. And then you have to kind of reel them back in now that they jumped into their power, right? It's that flip side of balance that has to be brought back. And then if we talk a little bit about Lewis, he's so sweet. If Lestat is like sunlight trapped in sin, Lewis is moonlight trapped in guilt. He is so he hates what he is, right? He doesn't
Hmm.
want to kill. He doesn't want to be that person. He's the one who knows every insight but still can't forgive themselves. He feeds and he cries at the same time. He loves humanity too much to leave it, but not enough to rejoin it. And I think in our own psyche, Lewis appears every time we apologize for surviving, every time we feel bad for wanting more than the world says what we think we should have. And so it's like when a client can't forgive themselves, can't stop thinking about what they did, when they
Right.
have that ghost of guilt just looping through their minds.
There's so many different vampires, though.
Yes,
Like the Lost Boys, they were completely
yes,
different.
they were.
They were not. They were more about rebellion and and but at the same time also fitting in
Yes,
because they were a group. They nested together. They were, you know, and
exactly.
they were all young except for the leader. Well, the real
Yeah.
leader,
Right.
because it
That's one of
wasn't
my favorite
David.
shows. No, it wasn't David. It wasn't David, but they all thought it was.
Everybody thought it was, yeah. I always wondered how, but I can't remember his name, the actual leader, how he managed to be seen in the mirror and how the garlic didn't hurt him.
I think that's what's so fascinating about the different portrayals of vampires.
Hmm.
Some that can walk in sun, some that can, you know, things like that they laugh at. They can be seen in the mirrors. And I think, is it sheer will? Is it the will that they'll do what they damn well please?
Yeah,
Or, you know what I'm saying? There's so many vampire movies. I mean, even Vampire Diaries showed a completely different
yeah.
side. The two brothers. I think vampires
I never
fascinate me.
watched I've never watched the Vampire Diaries the full way through.
Oh
I
my
can't.
goodness.
Every time I put it on, I fall asleep. I don't know what,
Yeah.
know what the heck,
It's hypnotic.
but it must be.
I
I
know.
used to
I
actually
know.
put that on every night to make myself go to sleep because I knew if I was having trouble
That it
going to
would put you
sleep,
to sleep.
that's going to put me
Yeah.
to sleep.
I mean, vampires, it's like they give us permission to feel everything, right? Lust, grief, rebellion, remorse, and they call it sacred, that it's just a part of them. I think that's why there's so many different portrayal of vampires. They just give themselves permission to do whatever they want. And I think a lot of us are drawn to vampires for that very reason. How would it look if we were able to do that ourselves, give ourselves permission? Of course, not to harm people, but just give
Right.
ourselves permission to be, to do what we want,
And to
to
eat what we want to eat. Dang it, I want
right,
that cake.
right. Yes. And eat the cake and not feel
And I
guilt.
mean, especially this time of year, it's candy year. It's candy time. Like,
Right. All
oh,
the
give me the
candy
candy.
everywhere. And and then we can look at the flip side of vampires as well, that they drain things. So what are you
Yes.
letting drain you?
Kind of like a succubus, too. Like they're the same kind of
Yes,
thing, different
yes,
approach.
pulling the very life out of you.
Mhm.
We've all had energy vampires in our life. I'm sure all of us can relate.
Absolutely.
The person who really you feel so exhausted after you've been around them that you can't even function.
You know, your camera keeps going back and forth.
I know, it's like, what are you picking up? Do we have a ghost visiting
I'm like
us over
trying to
here?
figure it out. Like,
I
why
know
is her
I am
camera
too.
doing that? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
maybe we no, maybe we got it in there.
It is. You have a ghost there. This is Halloween. This is
Definitely.
Halloween. This is Halloween. So, anyway, told you I would start singing.
Now, as the night deepens and hunger settles to silence, other figures stir in the dark as well. The witch.
The witches.
Yes, not a
Are we
vampire.
talking? No, are we talking real life witches
I
or
think we can,
cinema
yeah,
movie witches or both?
I think both. I mean, the word alone has been used to burn, to bless, to brand. That word comes with accusation and it's spoken in reverence and admiration.
Mm-hmm.
It's
In a
spoken
lot
in,
of in a lot of movies, sometimes the witches are who you go to for help.
and that's what the vampires did in Vampire Diaries. They went to the witches
Oh,
for
did
help.
they?
Yeah, they go to the witches for help. I mean, long before witches were villains, they were the village healer, the midwife,
Hmm.
the herb woman who understood cycles and seasons and souls. She was the woman who didn't listen to anyone else. She,
Right.
followed her own intuition. But when the crops failed, they came to see her. When grief hung heavy, they sought her out. I mean, the witch is like the bridge between the seen and the unseen, the original therapist, right?
Right.
The keeper
She
of
was
languages of the earth.
she was who everybody went to, honestly. I have a
Right.
headache. What can I do?
Yeah.
I cut my
Yeah.
finger. Will it get infected? Let's go see the witch.
Yes. Yes. But then came fear because you can't control women who listen to themselves and you can't own someone by who lives by instinct instead of permission.
What
So
it
they made
was is she was educated, and we can't have women educated.
yes.
We cannot
I
have
mean,
an educated woman that can think for herself.
exactly.
That was
They
the
made
issue.
it was, so they made her dangerous. And I mean, this wound still lives in the collective body today. Every time a woman lowers her voice in a meeting, edits her truth, or hides her intuition to seem palatable,
Or blames
it's
the fault on another woman.
right, right. I mean, the witch archetype never truly died. She just went underground, like seeds in the winter, just waiting to pop back up. And I do think that's why we see such a rising again of witches, not as vengeance, but as balance. And I think a lot of women are embodying their own power. And that's not evil. That's not wrong. All of us have a little magic in us. And apparently, my camera is very magical today.
It really is. It's like Control Alt Delete.
I know.
It has to be because it's that we're just so close to the veil right now.
I know. It's trying to pick something up back there that isn't there. I
And
mean, I
it like
think
zooms in on it like, yes, there is.
there's something here that I want to show you. I mean, here's the thing, too. The witch is not anti religion. She's
No,
actually predates organized
religion.
religion. Yeah. She remembers when divinity lived in rivers and the wombs of women, of females. She reminds us that spirituality isn't founded in dogma.
Right. And she can be religious.
Hmm.
She can be anything.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. I think one of my favorite witches is Rowan from,
Rowan.
yeah, yeah, from the Mayfair Witches,
Rowan.
another Anne Rice book. It's a series now on one of the channels as
Okay,
well.
I think I started watching that, but I didn't. I when
Right.
you said Rowan, I'm like, I thought
That's
Supernatural. I'm like, no,
familiar.
that's Rowena. That's
Yes.
Rowena. I like
Yeah.
her too, though.
I like her too. I do like her too. Rowan tries to deny what she is for a long time. She didn't know what she was. But as her emotions heightened and she saw her own power and she fought against it, I think many women I think can relate to that, fighting against your own power, not
Yeah,
wanting to be that person in the room because we've taught to shrink and be good girls and sit back and let others take that spotlight. But it took her a while, but when she found her power, it was amazing.
I mean, we can't talk about witches at Halloween without talking about the Sanderson sisters, though.
Oh, right. Yes.
We
Yes, yes,
have to
yes.
say about Hocus Pocus.
Yes. Hocus Pocus, practical magic.
Practical magic. Yeah,
Yes.
I think witches are in more things than anything else. Even in
Yeah.
vampire movies, witches are in it.
Yeah. Witches are always coupled within so many movies that are
Hmm.
about werewolves, vampires. Um, there's just the supernatural in general, even though witches are just women who listen to their intuition,
Right.
not evil, not
And know
deceitful.
how to make a soup. Like,
Right.
honestly,
Yeah.
you make soup, you're
Yeah.
you're doing witchcraft. You put things
Exactly.
together in a pot.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. I want to kind of come in with um Maleficent, even though she's a dark fairy, more or less.
Yes.
And she's like a storm that learned grace. She isn't she's like an element, like fire and thorn and velvet all at once. And some people called her a witch, but that's only half true. She's older than that. She's the dark fairy, a fragment of the earth's own psyche, who once believed in love until betrayed and taught her boundaries. But were they good boundaries?
Right.
I think the first time I saw her like enormous black wings spread across that screen. It's like, ooh, there it is. The
And
woman that carries that emotion in her bones, right?
I never thought she was evil.
Yeah, I never did either. I think it was her power people feared.
It was people were just scared because she was a powerful woman. And again, we fear powerful women.
We do. I mean, they clipped her wings, stole her innocent, and told her to smile anyways. Isn't that familiar?
Mm-hmm.
I think that if anybody represents the shadow feminine is
It's
Maleficent.
Maleficent.
Yeah, she's the part that rises up like a phoenix after the wound. And she teaches us that boundaries are not walls, they're wings in disguise, and shows us how sacred rage, which Dana and I have done a
Mm-hmm.
podcast on, becomes protection.
And there's even witches in superhero movies. Because
Yes.
there's the Scarlet Witch.
Yes.
It's in Marvel, one Marvel character. So, I mean, like I said, they're everywhere.
They really are. And
And back to Maleficent. Okay, because there's other fairies in that too.
yeah,
But you notice how tiny they are. Like they were always small, and
yeah,
Maleficent was, but they had the same powers.
yes,
I think Maleficent was more powerful, but I mean, there were three of
yes.
them.
I think, yeah, I mean, I think that it's so in that's definitely a symbolism there.
Hmm.
But she was the one I feel like that showed her power the least. She had that silent, quiet power that she didn't need to always
Well, I
burst out
think
with.
what it what it shows is Maleficent didn't obey. She wasn't just going to do whatever they said. She was going to think about it for herself and decide what she wanted. And when
Yeah,
they cast her out, that angered her. The other ones did whatever they were commanded.
right.
So
And
they
remain
were good
small.
little. Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think in hypnotherapy, we see that maleficent energy
Come
whenever
out.
someone, yeah, when especially like the client who says, I'm done being nice at my own expense, or the survivor who says, I can love without letting that person hurt me.
I mean, how many
Yeah.
women let themselves go without for so long and make sure everybody else has.
Right. Right.
Everybody else gets what they want. You're even gonna not buy yourself underwear.
I
You got
know.
holes in all of your underwear. You're not gonna go buy underwear because your husband wants to go golfing.
Or your kid needs
And those
something
those golf
or wants
outings cost
something.
X amount.
Yeah.
So you can't justify spending the money on underwear. Nobody
Yeah.
sees them anyway.
I know. I think what I love too is Maleficent's magic isn't about hexing. It's about wholeness.
It's about
She
getting her new underwear.
right, right. It's she teaches that softness with strength or softness without strength is martyrdom, right? You have to have
Yeah.
softness and strength without a heart is tyranny. And that includes, like Dana is saying, being kind to ourselves, being reasonable with ourselves, knowing that your children are watching you, your sons and your daughters. And if they see you doing without to give to everyone else, do you want them to have that same feeling? The healing happens in the blend and the balance. and, being balanced and them being able to see, oh, hey, mom went and did something for herself today. That gives them permission as adults to do the same. It's not about neglecting anyone. You don't neglect anyone to take care of
Right.
yourself, but knowing that you're
Just
worthy. Yeah.
stop
If,
neglecting yourself.
yes.
I want to go into the ghosts because there's
Yeah.
so many different ghost stories.
Yes,
And
there
they're
are.
just really about unfinished stories,
They
about
are.
grief, about loss too, you know? They grieve their lives. They grieve. And some are vengeful,
Yeah.
or some like the ghost from the movie Ghost
Yes.
was about love. And he didn't want to
Right.
let that go. Some kind of unfinished business.
Yeah,
It's love beyond loss. It's kind of an
it
attachment
is.
energy. And a lot of clients come with that as well.
A whole lot.
Even if it's they lost a job, you can grieve losing a job. You
Hmm.
can grieve anything really if it's a loss.
Right. It's the grief, it's the ache, it's the pulse that's beating there all of the time that you can't get it to stop. I
And then
think a
there's
lot of it.
I stopped for you to talk. I thought you were talking. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I don't remember what I was going to say, so you can go ahead.
I was gonna say there's also like the complete opposite of the ghost from Ghost would be someone like the ghost from The Grudge.
Yes, that's complete opposite. But in reality, she wanted to be seen. She
She wanted to
wanted
be
to be
seen. She was a
heard.
because she was a victim of
Yeah.
domestic violence
Yeah. And she
and
wanted
turned it
people to
into a
know.
curse.
Yeah. And I
It's
think
like
ghosts really want us to acknowledge something, whether it's love, loss, grief. It's like, what is haunting you? Or what are you trying not to acknowledge because it's still there?
to me that story shows that it's like when you refuse to acknowledge the violence that's happening to you
Yes.
don't like name it, you don't say it happens, then it becomes contagious in a way that your children will allow that to
Yeah.
happen to them. And it goes on and on and on. It's
Generational
a
trauma.
right.
Yeah.
They see that's how things are done. They either do it or they allow it to be done to them. And either way, I wouldn't want my child to be either one of those.
Right.
So then we get a lot of that with hypnotherapy as well. I
I,
I get a lot of clients like that.
definitely. I think we could all realize that we have probably worn each one of these archetypes in some way. I mean, from every one of them, even all the way back to our first episode. And we've all been the seducer, the seeker, the innocent, the avenger, the ghost, the survivor, right? The survivor in the slasher movie, which always
Mhm.
tends to be a woman.
Always.
Yes. And none of them were really wrong. They were simply chapters in our lives and our becoming. And we can even thank them for teaching us so that you can remember who you are.
Do you
It's
have any
like any favorite.
favorite ghosts? I don't really have a favorite ghost.
I do. I'm trying to think of his name, but he is the ghost in the Mayfair Witches. I don't know why I can't think of his
Oh,
name.
again, I didn't watch that show.
Yes, he
I guess
is
I
a
have to watch that
ghost.
show.
Yeah, he is a ghost that stays with the family It is past. He goes to the matriarch of the family, and he's kind of a he's part succubus, he's part protector. He is a lot of different things within the family, and it's passed down to the matriarch of the family as the older women pass away. He is an interesting character, to say the least. What's your favorite ghost?
I don't think I really have a favorite ghost. And there's Casper.
Oh, I know. I loved Casper when I was little. I did. My
Casper the friendly ghost.
goes. My papa used to say when it would start getting dusk dark, um, I'm looking up the name of that ghost because it's driving me crazy. Would say, "Look, Casper's coming out. If you watch, you can see
Aw.
Casper." Yeah, he would always tell me that. So we would look out the door when I was a little girl, waiting to see Casper.
I know that later I'm gonna go, oh, there's this ghost, and I no. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
can't think right now of a ghost that I like though.
Lasher. Lasher. That was the
Lasher.
name of the ghost. Yes. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. I was just talking about him yesterday, and today it said no.
Now I like ghost stories, but like The Conjuring and stuff like that, but there's not like a particular ghost. You know what I mean?
She wrote a whole series with the Mayfair witches, um, and he's throughout it. It's the Witching Hour, Lasher, and Talos, and he runs all the way through it. Also, it talks something that we haven't talking about: Nephilim, half
Mm,
human, half angels.
yeah.
You know, the
And
Nephilim.
angels can be pretty mean.
Right.
Pretty
Angels aren't
damn
all
dang.
little cherubs, right? They're not all little cherubs. Some can be very scary. Very, very scary.
I mean, they're warriors. They're supposed to be
Exactly.
scary.
Angel of death.
Mm. So my favorite movies are werewolf movies. I don't know why. I I think werewolves are scarier. I don't they could be anybody. I mean, vampires could be anyone too, but they're not out during the day.
Or are
Werewolves
they?
are. True. Depends on what movie you're watching.
Yeah.
It's usually the nicer ones can be out during the day as
That
far as
is the best.
vampires go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Werewolves, I feel like, are so unpredictable. And I think maybe that's our draw to them, the unpredictableness, the uncontrollable urges that they have. They can't control transformation.
They're
Like the moon.
instincts that just
Yes.
happens.
Yeah. I
It
I
just
wonder if
happens.
that we could compare that to I just am who I am.
Yeah.
That stuck mentality of mistaken identity.
True.
And
I
I
think
think
it
if
has a
we
lot
look
to
at
do with repression too. When you repress something for so long, it's gonna come out.
it is.
Eventually it'll come out.
It's
You just need a safe way. If it is something that you're repressing that you really don't want to do, you need to have something to do instead to replace that with. You still have to let that energy out.
yes.
My favorite werewolf is the one from is Reverend Lowe from Silver Bullet.
Yeah.
He's a reverend by day,
Werewolf by night.
werewolf by night.
And see,
And
I'm just gonna go classic here. Jacob from Twilight. He is the werewolf that is self-aware,
Mhm.
but
Well,
still has trouble with control.
Reverend Lowe was self-aware too, and I don't know if you ever picked this up in the movie, but to me, Reverend
Mhm.
Lowe was scary, even scarier as human in his human form, in his reverend form.
Right.
I mean, he threatened the boy in his human form. He didn't need to be a werewolf to be
He didn't
evil.
have to. Right. Yeah.
He was evil. That was just his persona.
Right.
He
And
was putting that mask of Reverend on to make everybody think
that he
that
was
he
good
wasn't. Yeah.
because titles give us privilege in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It forms around social ideation of what that title means. And I think Jacob and the Reverend are two very polar opposites.
Yes.
Good
Jacob was actually a
examples
nice
there.
guy.
Yeah.
The Reverend
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yep. But both had those impulses, that repression, that within them that wanted to be without, that wanted to come out, right? And I think hypnotherapy provides that safe space
Mm-hmm.
for whatever you've repressed. And like Dana said, then replacing it with something that you want versus something that you don't want,
Right.
reframing the situation.
Something else it could represent could be addiction too.
Yes.
Like someone who gambles.
Yes.
Someone comes up and says, "Do you want to make a bet on da da da?" Well, they're going to do it. They can't control it. It just happens.
Yeah.
It just comes out. Their inner gambler or whatever it is,
Right.
someone is an alcoholic and they're trying to
Yep.
stay away from alcohol, but somebody comes in with a case of beer and hands one to them. It's really hard to
And
say
then that
no,
side of them comes out. Right. Then that
that
side of them
the
comes out.
alcoholic comes out. And it's really hard. It's really hard to break that.
Yes. That's a good example. That's definitely a good example.
And I always liked Teen Wolf too.
Yeah. Who didn't love Teen Wolf?
Everybody loved Teen Wolf.
I know. I know.
And I think in that movie, he went ahead and just let his wolf be seen.
Right.
He let it go. This is me. This is who I am. Take it or leave it.
And
And that
that's
was kind of an
claiming all
empowering move.
part because you're claiming all parts of yourself. You're claiming every part, understanding that we're not all good and
Right.
sunshine and everything else. We can make better choices. We can make good choices, but we're human and we need to accept all parts of ourselves.
Exactly. It's very, very good. So then, I mean, there's a lot more monsters out there, and we already did slashers.
Yeah. So don't forget to watch episode 1 through 3, where we went into a lot of detail about the
Right.
slashers.
And that, my friends, was the kiss of shadows. The vampire, the witch, the ghost, the slasher, and the beast that howls at the moon.
The hunger, the power, the grief, the rage, and the instinct. All the things we've been told to hide, but they were never our enemies. They were the parts of us just waiting to be loved back home.
Dracula taught us that desire without empathy becomes a drain. The witch showed us that truth burned will always rise from the ashes. The ghost reminded us that what haunts us just wants to be heard. And the slasher, well, their anger with nowhere left to go. And the werewolf, that's our wild nature begging to run free again.
This whole month, we've walked through the subconscious together, from the nightmares to the mask, the tricksters to the horde, and now we've kissed the dark and come back shining.
So if you made it here, that means you're doing the work. You're facing the fear, rewriting the story, and now You're glowing in the dark.
So take a breath, let that power settle in, and remember the story you tell yourself matters.
If tonight's episode stirred something inside of you, don't keep it buried. Like, share, subscribe, and leave us a comment about which monster in you finally got its say. This is how our little family grows, one brave truth at a time.
And we've got plenty more magic brewing every morning. 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, we go live for our Flip Fam morning meditation, your daily dose of breath, grounding, gratitude, and that sweet spark of confidence.
Then the week winds down and the moon rises. Join us for our Sunday night hypnotic imagery journeys, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, where we descend into the dreamscape and come back radiant.
And tonight, oh yes, tonight, it's finally here. Our Devil's Night special event, the Dream Corridor. That's October 30th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. One night, one journey. You'll face your fears, walk through the darkness, and return carrying your own fire.
Bring your candle, your journal, and your courage, because this one's personal. The Dream Corridor isn't just a journey, it's a reckoning, and it is happening tonight.
And don't forget the crown jewel of it all. Our She Reigns Now retreat is coming this March. Women rising, roaring, and reclaiming their divine chaos. If you're ready to rise, soar, and conquer, this one's for you.
So, wherever you are, light a candle for your shadow, take a breath for your courage, and remember, every monster you meet is just a part of your magic waiting to be named.
We love you, Flip Fam. Thank you for walking through the dark with us all month long.
And until we meet again, keep facing the dark and keep rewriting the story.
And always keep flipping that script.
Happy Halloween!